Welcome to Focus on Parsippany. Focus on a place friendly to the business community, but yet nestled in a tranquil green woodlands of Morris County. A series centered around economic and community development, featuring business and tourism while focusing on job creation, business celebrations, and the marketplace. Focus on where our friends can conduct business, live, and play. Focus on Parsippany.
Hello, and welcome to Focus on Parsippany. My name is Robert Peluso. I'm the president of the Parsippany Area Chamber of Commerce and the president and the founder of the Parsippany Area Visitor Center. Formerly vice president of the council in Parsippany-Troy Hills, and currently the chairperson for the Parsippany-Troy Hills Economic Development Advisory Committee. I am hosting your show today with Frank Cahill.
Hello. I'm currently the executive board member of the Parsippany Area Chamber of Commerce and the vice chairman of the Parsippany-Troy Hills Economic Development Advisory Committee. I'm also the publisher of Parsippany Focus. I've been involved in Parsippany for the past 29 years, and currently I am the president of the Kiwanis Club of Greater Parsippany, and I volunteer for many local organizations within our community.
This is a series centered around economic and community development, featuring businesses and tourism, and focusing on job creation, business celebrations, and the marketplace. Focus on the importance of business attraction, retention, and where you can conduct business to live and play. Parsippany is a place with strong flavor that looks to its future and honors its past. With 14 schools and one of the most populous communities in Morris County, for 42 years we were named Tree City, USA. Parsippany's name was derived from Parsippany, meaning where the river brook winds and weaves through the valley. Parsippany represents one of the top 50 best places to live in the country by Money Magazine in 2017. And this ideal location is convenient and close to shopping, dining, entertainment, and easy access to major highways. Parsippany is a central location, close to just about everything that you can imagine for the business community. Focus on Parsippany.
On Thursday, September 6th, the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills and the Parsippany Area Chamber of Commerce and the Parsippany Economic Development Advisory Board welcomed Man USA, a fragrance development center, to the township. Man USA is a French fragrance and flavor company acquiring 339 Jefferson Road from Prism Capital Partners in May of 2017. Maine relocated approximately 125 employees to Parsippany. The new state-of-art 100,000 square foot facility is the home to Maine's commercial, creative, research and development, and corporate teams. The expansive space is fully equipped with cutting-edge robotics, a 2,000 square foot consumer insights testing center, sensory odor booths, and extensive testing laboratories. In its third floor houses a full-service hair salon and commercial-grade laundry facility. The office space is continuously replenished with 100% fresh air, allowing for odor-free fragrance creation environment. There is a contemporary full-service salon containing 4 sinks and 4 drying styling stations to evaluate hair care products usage from start to finish, shampoo and conditioners to styling products and raw materials. They are able to test through all phases of product development. The salon is designed for both internal fragrance testing and consumer on-site product evaluations.
Frank, we have a lot of businesses that come to Parsippany. We are one of the largest markets in the state of New Jersey with over 12 million square feet. We also like to honor and welcome John Guest USA, Inc., that came to Parsippany. They leased the entire building at 20 East Halsey Road. John Guest USA is a plumbing and industrial products manufacturer that's locating here from North American headquarters with operations in Parsippany from Fairfield. The building consists of 60,600 square feet. And John Guest USA growth in plumbing and marketplace requires an expanded space, driving Northern New Jersey's search for a new headquarters location, and they chose Parsippany. A spokesperson for John Guest said, "The property at 20 East Halsey met the specifications beautifully, offering a large multi-purpose space, building signage, and visibility from Route 287. CGT management recently renovated the building, raising the roof, upgrading the power and sprinkler systems, and updating the landscaping program. That proactive move played a big part in securing John Guest's commitment here. John Guest USA is planning to relocate all their Fairfield employees to the end of September and will be hiring additional employees in the upcoming months. We are planning on the ribbon cutting, and the ceremony will be held at the end of September."
RD Management has signed an agreement with DSW at Waterview Marketplace. DSW will occupy 19,292 square feet of the new 150,000 square foot shopping center, which is scheduled to open in the first quarter of 2019. The popular footwear retailer of designer and name brand shoes and fashion accessories will be located next to Ultra Beauty. DSW will join Whole Foods Market, Ultra Beauty, Orange Theory Fitness, Home Sense, Shake Shack, Be Good, and the Paper Store once the center is completed.
Frank, we have a lot of locations in Parsippany. I've been here a number of years. You know, one thing I'd like to mention is Carousel of Learning, located at 244 Kingston Road, celebrated its 30th anniversary on Wednesday, August 1st. In 1998, Debbie Artisan was directing a child care center, and her father mentioned that she should look at the Carousel of Learning because it was for sale. She was 28 at the time and had only dreamed of owning a center. It became reality on September 1st, 1988, when she took ownership of Carousel of Learning. The center needed a lot of work, but the paperwork was incomplete, and the state helped her get the things in order. In 1995, she was able to purchase the building and the property. In 1998, Carousel held its 10th anniversary expansion celebration, and they added another classroom and started to accept infants. Carousel of Learning is in the process of obtaining Grow New Jersey accreditation, which will also make it even better. They keep adding new technology to help up with the times, and they watch the Angel Watch Accredit. Angel Watch is a security network that provides parents with camera access to their children's classroom. Each child has a Bright Wheel app that is a personal feed to keep parents updated with all the children's activities throughout the day. Debbie said, "I have watched hundreds of children grow up. I've had some alumni come and work here. Others had their children attend. It's a wonderful opportunity for so many families to be in touch through visiting, holiday cards, etc. We are truly a big family. I feel honored to be the head of the Carousel family." It's amazing how it's been over 30 years, and I'm still loving it, she said.
We also had the opportunity to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Parsippany Daycare Center. Parsippany Daycare Center is located on Baldwin Road. The Parsippany Child Daycare Center was incorporated as a nonprofit organization in 1968. They opened with 20 children and expanded to meet the growing need for quality child care in our community. In 1980, they moved into a new building designed for child care and owned by the Township of Parsippany Troy Hills. During the 1990s, they renovated with 2 additions to the building, which made room for infants and young toddlers. Parsippany Child Daycare Center is governed by a board of trustees who are volunteers from our community. The facility was designed for care of children and was built with HUD funding. The center has a total of 7 classrooms, a large multi-purpose room, a full-service kitchen, offices, adult and children lavatories. A very unique relationship exists between the center and the Township of Parsippany Troy Hills. Parsippany built the original building and owns the building. A self-renewing contract allows for the joint responsibility for repairs and building upkeep. The center maintains the building and the town maintains the property. They also have strong ties with civic organizations within Parsippany, including but not limited to the Kiwanis Club of Greater Parsippany, Parsippany Area Chamber of Commerce, and the Sons of Italy Chapter 2561. They have fostered relationships with businesses including Dorvadas. Go on.
You know, one of the things that we always look at is the new businesses that are coming to Parsippany. We always like to celebrate the new businesses. We like to welcome them. You know, we like to introduce your business to the Parsippany area, and we use the Chamber of Commerce to really assist in that. And the Parsippany Area Chamber of Commerce was established in 1956, and it's proud to work with the businesses that come to the community to have those such celebrations. It's an ability to meet new leaders and to follow business associates in the business of the Parsippany area. The Chamber will also help your business with promotion, set up public relations, and also provide ceremonial scissors and ribbon, and provide each business owner with a dated and signed certificate, and with the ability to contact the township and help elected officials join the celebration. The Chamber reaches out to everyone. We also photograph the event to provide to local media, and ribbon cutting ceremonies are for the company who opened a new business in town. Also, could have changed ownership under new management, changed location, remodeled or expanded in its present location. Celebrating your success with a ceremony is very important. There's nothing better than a great success story, and we want to help you celebrate with the Parsippany Area Chamber of Commerce. We help you in this special market with your occasions and announcing it to the community. We are a nonprofit 501c6 corporation and not funded by the government. For additional information, please contact Frank Cahill at 973-402-6400.
Okay, Robert, we're going to take a short break and we're going to bring on our special guest.
Welcome back to Focus on Parsippany. I am Rob Peluso.
And I'm Frank Cahill.
Before we went to break, we talked about ribbon cutting and grand opening celebrations, how important they are in the community. We recently had the opportunity to attend a ribbon cutting for the Mule Tavern. Mule Tavern is located at 450 North Beverick Road, and the bar and grill offers pub favorites, live entertainment, and also casual atmospheres. Mule Tavern is a member of the Parsippany Area Chamber of Commerce. Waffle and Cream is another cafe that opened up in the Green Hills Shopping Center at 148 Parsippany Road, and they offer delicious homemade waffles and fruit and ice cream, gelato, smoothies, coffee, and many other items. And even offer ice cream and treats for your four-legged friends. Honest Restaurant, a fine new Indian vegetarian restaurant, celebrated a ribbon-cutting grand opening celebration at the Arlington Plaza on Wednesday, August 16th. The opening coincided with India's 72nd Independence Day. Congratulations. Honest Restaurant serves original and authentic vegetarian Indian food. Honest Restaurant is open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 a.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Honest Restaurant is a member of the Parsippany Area Chamber of Commerce. Today, we have a special guest with us, and it's a great pleasure. I welcome Monica from Madden & Madden. Welcome, Monica.
Thank you so much.
Great. Well, I understand you have offices located in Morristown, New Jersey, and also Poughkeepsie, New York.
That's right.
Great. Well, welcome to our show. I understand that you also practice in various areas of law and licensed in New Jersey, New York, and Massachusetts. You're currently our municipal prosecutor for the Parsippany Troy Hills and also Rockaway Borough. And you're a member of the Morris County Bar Association and New Jersey State Bar Association of New Jersey and the State Municipal Prosecutors Association, Morris County Bar Association, and the Kiwanis Club of Greater Parsippany, and a member of the Parsippany Area Chamber of Commerce.
That's right.
Great.
Welcome to the studio, Monica, and thanks for joining us. You must be very busy these days between Madden and your lovely 17-month-old daughter, Layla.
That's right. It's funny because I think my daughter keeps me a lot busier than the business actually does. But she's a lot of fun and I'm really enjoying it. I have a great support system. My husband and my family and my in-laws are here as well. So I have a lot of support and I'm just really enjoying the experience right now.
Okay, today we're going to discuss sole proprietorships, general partnerships, limited partnerships, LLCs, and corporations.
Well, Frank, that's a great topic for our business community. You know, one of the things, Monica, a lot of our business associates ask is about how do you form a business and what ways you can form it. Can you tell us a little bit about how to form an individual proprietorship?
Yes, I can. Now, before we start, a lot of things that come up when someone's trying to form a business entity is, you know, how much exposure am I going to have legally and financially, and what are the tax consequences? Now, I understand that you're going to have an accountant later on at some point in another show.
Yes.
So I will just touch on it, and I won't go into too much detail, but yeah, these are a lot of the questions that people have, and I think it could be very helpful for to give you a little bit about each entity. It is a very stressful process when you're first starting a business because you just don't know what the right choice is. But yeah, I'm happy to share what I know. Now, unfortunately, with every different entity, I could spend all day talking about the process and all that. So we'll try to keep it as short as possible.
I'm sure it's very detailed.
Yeah, right.
Well, you know, there's different opportunities where they can form as a sole proprietorship. Can you tell me about the regulations on that particular entity?
Sure. So for sole proprietorships, one of the benefits is that it has the least governmental regulations and the least business formalities. So it's sole proprietorship, right? So sole, one person basically starts a business. They are responsible for managing the business and they are liable for all of the business debt and obligations. There is full exposure involved, and that is one of the negatives, obviously, but it is the easiest entity to start up. The biggest benefit that I can think of is that you're your own boss. Who doesn't want that, right? And you get to call the shots, and you make all the decisions. So that's just a little bit about sole proprietorships.
So in other words, there's features and benefits to each type of organization, and I appreciate you sharing those for a sole proprietorship.
Of course.
What about general partnerships?
General partnerships are an association of 2 or more people. So partnerships, you need to have at least 2 people. Now this type of entity is the only type that you can't just have one person as the owner. So for an LLC, a sole proprietorship, and a corporation even, you can have just one owner, but in this situation you cannot. So 2 or more people that share in the control and profit of the business. Here again, like sole proprietorships, full exposure, legally and financially. So with partnerships, you can be found jointly and severally liable. Now that's a legal term, which basically means that you can be held responsible for something one of your partners does. So that could be a potential negative. Now it's prevalent in service industries such as medicine, law, and accounting. And it's good for someone that has just a few employees and 2, 3 owners, and it tends to be smaller. And yeah, that's it.
So in other words, there's a number of opportunities for a business to establish themselves and form as either a sole proprietorship you mentioned, also as a general partnership. But can you tell us a little bit about a limited partnership?
Sure. Limited partnership now contains the features of both a general partnership, which is also known as just a partnership, and then a corporation. So it has the tax advantages of a general partnership, and then it has the limited liability, which shields you from any personal liability, just like corporations. So there must be a minimum of at least 1 limited partner, and there must be at least 1 general partner. The limited partner is only exposed to the extent of their investment. So, for example, you make a $10,000 investment, and a creditor pursues the business for $1 million. You would only be at risk to lose $10,000. So that's good. That is a benefit to being a limited partner. And then it just doesn't expose your personal assets or anything like that.
When you started this conversation, we talked about different types of businesses and formations, but we have a lot of businesses in Parsippany starting as a home-based business. When you sit down with them, how do you determine which entity so far you would recommend to them?
You know what? A lot of it depends on their lifestyle, what they're trying to accomplish, how many people are involved, what type of exposure they're willing to take on. It really, honestly, is a case-by-case basis, so it's hard to tell.
Monica, I know you're a partner in an LLC. Can you explain what an LLC is all about?
Yes. So I chose an LLC because when I first started out, it was just me. So I wasn't comfortable being a sole proprietor because I didn't want that exposure. Having an LLC, like a corporation, I'm able to shield myself personally. Now, I don't intend on doing anything wrong, but you always just need to protect yourself legally and financially. So I didn't want the exposure, so I chose to do that. And then there's a lot of flexibility in the management of an LLC. It could be one person, it could be a single member LLC, it could be more than one person. It's a hybrid between the general partnerships and the corporations, like the limited partnerships, because, again, it's called a pass-through entity, or referred to as a pass-through entity, which means that it's taxed like a partnership.
Can you tell us a little bit about corporations, and maybe you can speak a little bit about when nonprofits establish a corporation as well?
In a corporation, the shareholders provide the capital and they own the shares, and then it's the directors and the officers who manage the business and the daily operations of the business. It tends to be a little bit more of a complex management system as opposed to compared to the other ones. But some of the disadvantages, if we can start with that, are the formalities and expenses that come along with operating and forming the corporate entity. Another adverse consequence of a corporation is the tax consequences. So we have double taxation in corporations. So what that means is that the corporation is taxed on money that's coming in, and then the shareholders are taxed when dividends are dispersed. So double taxation. But sometimes it's a negative, but sometimes that negative is outweighed by the positives. So some of the positives, for example, the limitation on liability. So again, we have that. I'm sure you've heard of piercing the corporate veil.
Yes.
So you have the protection of that corporate veil, so you can't be sued personally, generally
Right.
speaking. You're able to easily transfer shares as opposed to a partnership where it could be detrimental and it could end the business, or an LLC. And then shareholders also have another protection, and that is that they can look to the board of directors and the officers and hold them accountable for everything that they do. The officers and directors have a fiduciary duty to the corporation and the shareholders, and that includes the duty of loyalty and the duty of care. Now, duty of loyalty and duty of care means something totally different in the legal world than it would maybe to the outside world. So, we're not looking for love and affection here. We're looking for, so the duty of loyalty, we are looking to make sure that no one is benefiting from the business that's not supposed to be. There should be no conflict. It can be breached if you take advantage of an opportunity that you probably wouldn't have had any exposure to had you not been in that position. And then a way that you can get around breaching it is full disclosure and a vote of disinterested parties. So, so an example of a breach of a duty of loyalty, for example, would be, let's just say Company A. I'm a director and I have shares in Company A. And we're in Company B, and we are buying out Company A. And I don't disclose that I own shares or, that I could potentially benefit.
I see.
So in order for me to get around that, I have to just fully disclose, and I would abstain from voting.
So you sound very knowledgeable in the legal requirements in forming a business. Thank you.
Sure.
Isn't it a benefit of a corporation if you're going to try to raise large amounts of capital?
Yes.
And you can't do that in a partnership or an LLC, correct?
Yes. So with an LLC and a partnership, it's the members or the partners that are contributing financially. With a corporation, there's a lot more room for you to gather funds and do all that because there's a lot more shareholders involved.
Great.
Depending on the type of business, of course.
Okay, if somebody would want to reach out to you, how do they get in touch with you, Monica?
They can contact us at 862-283-0012. We also have our website, www.maddenlaw.com, and I'm sure you'll provide that information. But yeah, we have our 2 offices in Morristown and Poughkeepsie, so anytime we'd be happy to help.
Great. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you very much, Monica.
Thank you.
Our next segment on Focus on Business, we'll be discussing once you set up your company, how to choose the right accountant, setting up your record keeping, filing the necessary tax obligations, such as federal taxes, state taxes, sales tax, unemployment, and the other taxes that are required to run a business properly.
I'm Robert Peluso. Thank you for joining us on Focus on Parsippany.
Frank Kay, and we'll see you at the next segment.
Have a great day.